This is Ruger LCP Max versus Glock G42 versus SIG P365 380. Ammo comparison video 10. Winchester Silvertip 85 grain defensive jacketed hollow point. Accuracy and velocity comparison. We're going to be looking at the Winchester Silvertip 85 grain defensive jacketed hollow point ammunition. This ammo has an advertised velocity of 1,000 feet per second on the box and an energy of 189 foot-pounds. Now here's a picture of the Silvertip defensive jacketed hollow point on this ammunition. And now, let's hit the range. Okay, we're getting numbers. Okay, we're getting numbers. Okay, we're getting numbers. Now let's crunch the numbers. Starting with the Ruger LCP Max, which is on bottom. We have an average velocity of 932 feet per second. The highest velocity was 952 feet per second. Lowest is 915 feet per second. Difference between the lowest and highest velocity is 37 feet per second. And we have an average energy of 163.90 foot-pounds of energy. For the Glock G42, we have an average velocity of 954 feet per second. The highest is 987 feet per second. Lowest is 935 feet per second. Difference between the highest and lowest velocity is 53 feet per second. And we have an average energy of 171.73 foot-pounds of energy. For the SIG P365 380, we have an average velocity of 966 feet per second. The highest is 987 feet per second. Lowest is 935 feet per second. Difference between the highest and lowest velocity is 52 feet per second, and our average energy comes in at 176.08 foot-pounds of energy. Now comparing the numbers between the three, for this Winchester Silvertip ammo, I would say the velocity from all three firearms was very similar and consistent. While we did get a little less velocity from the LCP Max, it really wasn't that much. And you could even go as far as to say it might be the difference between one round or the next. And then the extreme spread for both the G42 and the P365 is almost identical. And we have a slightly better extreme spread on the Ruger LCP Max. And all of them would be in the very good range if you judge ammo based on extreme spread. Now one thing we did see with this ammo, I'm going to say, is an impact shift. If you look at the P365, all of our hits are the bottom left just off of the target, but a very nice group. And for the Ruger LCP Max, again, we're bottom left of the target like we've been all day, but again, a very good group for a pocket gun at 15 yards. Now looking at the Glock G42 Target, there's really not much of a group there. We were sort of all over the place, but at a 6-inch target, it's probably not as bad as it looks if, say, we would have had a silhouette there instead. If we ignore the point of impact shift, I'm going to say that we have good to very good accuracy with this ammo. Now let's compare the Winchester Silvertip against one of our range test ammos, the Winchester White Box. Now here we have a 10 grain difference in projectile mass, with the Winchester White Box being the heavier of the two. And you can see that as a result, the Winchester Silvertip has an average velocity 60 to 90 feet per second faster than the Winchester White Box. Now because we have that 10 grains less mass, we see that that velocity gain combined with that loss of mass translates to where we don't really have much gain in energy. And one of the questions we would have to ask is, do we have enough velocity on this Silvertip ammo for hollow point expansion? And that's something we're going to have to assess in a future meat target video. And now let's compare the Silvertip against one of our defensive ammos that we previously looked at, in this case the Hornady Critical Defense 90 grain FTX. Now moving to the Glock G42 and the SIG P365, We do see that the Silvertip ammo has a slight edge in the average velocity, though due to that 5 grain difference in projectile, the average energy between the two is almost identical. Now, the velocities on these were very similar, close enough to where you could say it could be the difference between one round to the next. Ignoring the point of impact shift, I would say the grouping of this ammo from these firearms was very similar. And a lot of that probably has to do with the performance of these ammos was similar, and they also have a similar extreme spread. They would both be in the very good range of ammo if you judge things going by extreme spread. Now, one thing we do know is that the velocities that we're getting here today with the Hornady Critical Defense 90 grain FTX, we're likely to see hollow point expansion. We have in all of our tests in the past, so I don't see why we wouldn't have here today. For the Winchester Silvertip, that's an unknown for us. We have not yet meat target tested that ammo, and it is possible that we might or we might not see hollow point expansion. That's something we're looking forward to testing in our upcoming meat target video. Well, I hope you found this video useful, and you're looking forward to the next video in our 380 ammo comparison series. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day.